Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Today, my group and I will present about infertility, a growing issue that affects many couples physically, emotionally, and socially. Let me begin with a short introduction to help us understand what infertility is and why it is met. Before that, let us get to know our group members. Infertility is defined by the World Health Organization as the inability of a couple to conceive after 12 months of unprotected sexual intercourse. In Malaysia, cases of infertility are on the rise, and this condition can affect either partner, male, female, or even both. Several contributing factors include age, lifestyle choices, emotional stress, and certain medical conditions such as polycystic ovary syndrome (PCOS) or low sperm counts. However, the good news is that infertility is treatable, even in more complex or severe cases. Many couples, including older women and men with low fertility levels, have been able to conceive successfully with the right support and intervention. Malaysia offers various treatment options such as IVF, in vitro fertilization, IUI, intrauterine insemination, and hormone therapy. Thanks to continuous medical advancement, pregnancy is still achievable today with proper diagnosis, timely intervention, and appropriate care.
Now let's have a look at current data of fertility rate in Malaysia. Infertility is becoming a growing concern in Malaysia, as reflected by the decline in the total fertility rate (TFR), which dropped from 1.78 in 2019 to its lowest in 2022, with a slight rise in 2023. This trend may suggest increasing difficulties in conception due to lifestyle factors, delayed marriages, or underlying fertility issues, potentially indicating a rise in infertility cases.
So, what is the treatment that can be used? Here, we choose in vitro fertilization treatment. In vitro fertilization, or IVF, is a type of assisted reproductive technology where sperm and eggs are fertilized outside the body. It involves retrieving eggs, fertilizing them in the lab, and then transferring the embryo into the uterus. Pregnancy occurs if the embryo implants in the uterine wall.
So now, let's break the bridge about the in vitro fertilization treatment, which is IVF. First, we can talk about the initial preparation. Before commencing IVF, your healthcare provider may prescribe birth control pills or estrogen. These steps helps regulate your menstrual cycle and prevent the development of ovarian cysts, ensuring optimal timing for the treatment. And the second one is about ovarian stimulation, which is fertility medication are administered to stimulate the ovaries to produce multiple eggs. This increases the chance of retrieving viable eggs of fertilization.
The third step is monitoring and trigger. During this phase, regular ultrasound and blood tests are conducted to track follicle development. Once the follicles reach an optimal size, a trigger injection, usually human chorionic gonadotropin (HCG), is administered to help mature the eggs in preparation for retrieval. Following that, step 4 is egg retrieval, also known as oocyte aspiration. Around 34 to 36 hours after the trigger injection, the eggs are collected from the ovaries using a transvaginal ultrasound-guided needle. This is a minor outpatient procedure performed under sedation to ensure comfort.
Moving on to fifth step, which is sperm collection and preparation. A sperm sample is collected from the partner or a donor. The sperm is then processed to isolate the healthiest and most motile sperm for fertilization. Next, we go to the vital part part of the process, which is fertilization. The retrieved eggs are fertilized with the prepared sperm in a laboratory setting. This can be done through conventional insemination or intracytoplasmic sperm injection (ICSI), where a single sperm is injected directly into an egg.
Next, we move to another procedure, which is embryo culture. Fertilized eggs are cultured in the lab for several days, typically reaching the blastocyst stage by day 5. During this time, embryos are monitored for development and quality. And then, embryo transfer. One or more healthy embryos are selected and transferred into the uterus using a thin catheter inserted through the cervix. This procedure is usually painless and doesn't require anesthesia. And for the last procedure, pregnancy test. About 2 weeks after the embryo transfer, a blood test is conducted to determine if implantation has occurred and pregnancy has been achieved. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم أو يزوجهم ذكرانا وإناثا ويجعل من يشاء عقيما إنه عليم قدير. Or he makes them both male and females, and he renders whom he wills barren. Indeed, he is knowing and competent. Surah Ash-Shu'ara, verse 42. This verse acknowledges that infertility and fertility are within Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It reminds us that infertility is not a punishment but part of Allah's divine plan, as He is all-knowing and all-powerful. Thus, many scholars interpret this as permitting medical means like IVF to seek children as long as it stays within the bounds of Islamic law.
So, in conclusions, infertility is a common issue globally, affecting 1 in 6 people and around 10 to 15% of couples in Malaysia. In response, medical advancements like in vitro fertilization (IVF) offer hope to couples struggling to conceive. IVF is a step-by-step procedure involving ovarian stimulation, egg and sperm retrieval, fertilization, and embryo transfer using the couple's own genetic material. Although the Quran does not specifically mention IVF, it emphasizes that Allah is the ultimate creator and giver of children in Surah Ash-Shu'ara. At the same time, Islam encourages seeking lawful medical treatment, and IVF is considered permissible as long as it adheres to Islamic principles, namely that the sperm and egg come from a married couple and no third party is involved. Thus, IVF represents a harmonious integration of faith and science, offering a compassionate solution grounded in both medical innovation and religious ethics for those striving to fulfill their natural desire for parenthood. These are the references. And that's a wrap. Thank you.